Hey, bitch, it's JamiThatsMe here. Y'all know I'm not talking. I'm not talking unless you giving me likes. Is you commenting and subscribing? Okay, then. Well, listen. I just wanted to come and chit chat about a few things. Y'all know I haven't talked about love and hip hop ATL in a very long time, but I just felt like coming down and run my mouth just a little piece for a little bit. Okay, we're gonna get into two clips from the latest episode and chat about it. And then also I want to touch on Karen Huger because girl, that's a kiki. Just a little bit. And then also I believe there's a streamer by the name of Aiden Ross who's gonna be talking about the Carmelo Anthony situation. And I got a chance to watch a lot more press conference than what I saw earlier on. And I guess we could hop right on into Carmelo right out the gate. Okay. So for a lot of people that don't know, there is a young man. Do I have their images here anywhere? Okay, boom, there we go. So let's switch uh some things up real quick. Let's do this, okay? All right, bet. So this is the black boy that you see. His name is Carmelo Anthony, and then you have the other young man named Austin Metcalf. All right. Unfortunately, Austin Metcalf was unalived by Carmelo Anthony on April 2nd. All right. Such an unfortunate situation. They're saying both of these guys were amazing in school, stellar students. They're saying Austin was like a 4.0 GPA. Is being speculated whether Carmelo Anthony was a 4.0 or a 3.7 GPA student. Either way, they both were on the football team. They both ran track, is what they're saying. Carmelo Anthony, from my understanding, I've been hearing that he was the captain of the football team and the track team. From my understanding, all right. So these were both good students that were over at a track meet for a school. All right. I don't know if the track meet was actually at a school. I don't know if it was at both of their at either one of their schools. From what I'm learning, I will say this from listening to the representative, who's not an attorney for Carmelo Anthony's family, but he was more so a spokesperson for the family because he's a part of an organization that I did not do a deep dive on, but it seems like they support people and their civil rights, specifically black people, right? But he spoke out and he was saying that Carmelo Anthony left his vehicle at his school and took the bus to go over to the location of where the track meet was going to be. So it was not at Carmelo Anthony's school. Not sure about Austin, all right? Austin happens to be a twin to his brother Hunter, all right? So there's been so many different stories going around, and I really appreciated one of the press conferences done by the family spokesperson is what I'll call him, because he just kind of cleared up some stuff. Like, it's been a lot of speculation, but what's still not clear to me is the tent situation. So what we do know is the day that the incident took place, it was a track meet. It kind of stalled because it was pouring down so bad, and it seems like people kind of ran to take cover. And what they're saying is that Austin took cover. I'm sorry, not Austin, but Carmelo took cover under a tent. What is being confused is I'm hearing speculation that Austin went over and took shelter under that tent, and Austin tried to force him out. But then I'm also told that while Austin and them were already there, is what they're saying. But then I'm also hearing nobody was under the tent, and Carmelo Anthony went under that tent, and then Austin approached him and had the conversation. So that's a lot of speculation going on. Not necessarily sure which one is true, but what we can confirm is both guys were under the tent. It was pretty much stated by Austin's brother as well as Carmelo that Austin was trying to get Carmelo removed from the tent. Period. All right, a tent that he did not own, but he was trying to get him removed from the tent. Like, hey, you're not supposed to be here. This ain't your tent. Whatever, whatever. There was some exchange of words. Carmelo said, "Touch me." I'm hearing speculations of "touch me and see what happens." Punch me and see what happens. And I'm also hearing speculation of Carmelo saying, "Don't touch me." Right? Don't put your hands on me. Okay, touch me and see what happens. Whatever. So that's some of the things that I'm hearing. Now Carmelo, some type of fight ensues, and unfortunately what took place was Carmelo taking, I'm not sure exactly what the object was, but there was an object that he took and he stabbed Austin with it, and unfortunately it punctured his heart. He started to bleed uncontrollably, and unfortunately he did lose his life. Right? It was being said that he passed away in his brother's arms, but of course the spokesperson said that was not true. And then when I listened to the interviews that Hunter gave, alongside his mom, that ended up not being true. I don't know where that came from, but it ended up being that, he passed away as they were working on him. He was able to kind of like, well, he wasn't able to do much. He was trying to stop the bleeding from his brother, but once they got him on, got him with the ambulance and stuff, they tried to stop it. I believe he said that he came to for a second, but then ultimately he ended up passing away. All right, due to this incident. And once Karmelo was arrested, they said, I have the alleged suspect. Karmelo said it's not alleged, I did do it, but he also was crying, according to what they're saying, or was in the police statements. He was crying, and he also was asking whether or not Austin was going to be okay. So with those details there, it did seem like his intent was not to kill him, but that is something that was a result of someone's actions, both of their actions, unfortunately. And although a lot of people are highlighting the fact that he says, I'm not alleged, I did do it, what they're not highlighting is the fact that he was emotional about it. And according to, police docs, he was emotional about it. He did ask whether or not he was going to be okay. So not sure how that's going to play out in court, but it has incited a lot of racial conversations. Okay, a lot of conversation, a lot of stuff going on. People were saying that these guys knew each other. The representative has confirmed that they did not know each other at all. They had no run-in, no history. They may have known of each other or something, but they did not know each other like that. And he was just saying, to be very careful with the information, that's being put out there, because it's not, as they are fact checking these things, a lot of what people are saying is not 100% true. It's just not true. So I don't know what to make of it. A very, very sad situation. They have, both sides of the families have raised money. I do believe that Austin's family has had a private funeral for him. Very sad. Carmelo's mother has spoken out. They have been receiving death threats, their entire family. I know there was speculation about whether his parents were together, but from my understanding, his parents are together. Now, his mother may not have changed her last name, but Carmelo Anthony's parents are together. And his mother was a housewife. Dad did everything, and they seem to have lived a pretty good life. There was speculation with the GoFundMe, or I think it was Go Give Send or something like that. There's a completely different donation site, that a lot of people that may be in a situation where they have to go to court, right? They have to go to court for stuff, and they need help with their defense, or whatever the case is. So people have been donating, and that's one of the sites that he used. And people were saying that they took that money to go and, bail him out, or they're using that money to go get them a $900,000 house, and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, I don't know. For some of the photos, it's like, could it be that the home that they were already living in, the value may be $900,000 now? Because I have been hearing reports that, Carmelo came from a very well off family for the most part, right? And his dad even had to take a leave of absence from work to deal with all of this, to make sure his family is okay and stuff, and also just to be alongside Carmelo as they're fighting this particular case. So the money that he's raised, which is almost $500,000, that money will be used for his legal defense, not so much as for bailing him out. And he had a bond of $1 million, and once they went before the judge did lower it to $250,000. And I've heard multiple attorneys speak on this, whether they're black or white, male or woman, to say that the judge made the right decision as far as lowering it. They don't think that anything was wrong with that, because a bond is not a punishment, right? It's just to decide on whether or not we're going to have a trial, this person's actually going to show up, whether they're going to leave or not, or whatever the case is. But it's not so much as a punishment. The punishment does not happen until after the person goes to trial, they've been convicted, and then it's time for us to figure out what their sentencing is going to be. So they were just talking about people just having a misunderstanding of what a bond is for, and what she did is right. Yeah. The DA's office may have argued to keep the bond at, the prosecutors may have said keep it at $1 million, because that's typical for crimes in this range. Like, yes, of course, that's typical. This is a crime. Somebody said it at $1 million, the highest that it could be, or whatever. But then the judge has the opportunity to evaluate that and make a decision on that. So I don't know if there's been anyone that has been in that area in Collin County that had to continue to sit under that $1 million bond. And here's the other thing: there's so many other factors that go into it, because Carmelo did not have a criminal history or anything like that. So it was just a number of factors. The family aren't able to pay that $1 million. If she lower it, they may be able to pay it then. So it's been a lot going on, and it was really heartbreaking. I'm not gonna lie. In my personal, really hate it for Austin's family that they did lose him, despite anything and whatever rumors and stuff are out there. Because even the organizer, the man that's the representative for the family, even he kind of touched on that. Like, there are things that they know about Austin. And I was like, what does that mean? He said, but we're not going to speak on that, because this is not the place, and that's not what we're trying to do, or whatever the case. I was like, oh, but the fact that you kind of said it or whatever like that, I was like, what's going on? What's the tea on Austin then? So, I'm sure both kids, I'll just say it's an unfortunate situation, okay? But as I was listening to the testimony of the family and the mother being extremely emotional and her breaking down in the interview, despite what anybody may think, I do feel for both of these families. And I say, despite what anybody may think about each kid, whether you felt like Austin was being a bully, whether you felt like Karmelo was wrong for, defending himself or not defending himself, or whatever it is that you think, I just think it's so messed up that, a life was lost, and potentially another one will be lost as well. And it's just really, 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 really sad. I feel bad for her, you know what I'm saying? And as I listen to more of Hunter's, interview or whatnot, him giving his thoughts and stuff, because I will only see clips, and when I listen to it in its entirety, I feel bad for him too, because I see that he's still kind of processing everything, and he's trying to be strong for his mom as well, because you just lost your best friend, somebody that you shared the womb with, and now you're out here, and here you are, so it's a really sad situation all around. But I do appreciate the press conferences that are happening to let people know that, listen, y'all trying to try this case in public opinion, but you need to try this case over here with the jurors, okay? And that's what's going to happen. Stop putting narratives out there that's not true. People have doctored up false statements from the police department and everything, fake autopsy reports, just all kind of stuff that's not fucking true. All right. And at this point, Austin's family has secured an attorney, and I cannot think of his name at this time. I believe it's Mike something. I'm sorry, not Austin, but Carmelo Anthony's family has secured a attorney, and they're saying he's a really good ass attorney too. And I wish that I had his name. I believe that his name is Mike, but do not quote me. It's Mike something. I really think it's Mike. It's Mike something. But he they say he pretty good. Now I don't know how good he's going to be with this particular case. All right, but they're saying that he's a pretty good attorney. And I've heard some attorneys say that they made the right call with choosing that particular guy to handle this case. So I've been trying to listen to people on both sides, whether they agree, they don't agree, or whatever the case is. Um, but it is a mess. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because I want to listen to what this Aiden Ross guy has to say about things. So let us hop over here and check out what it is that he has to say.
That shit really pissed me off what's going on in the world right now, bro, with you know who, bro. Track me shit. Bro, I try to bite my tongue nowadays, bro. But like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. How do I not, bro? I have a platform for a reason, bro. I can say whatever the fuck I want.
Okay.
The fuck you mean who? He killed someone, he's out. Like, how the fuck does that work? Like, bro, he's literally like, what? like, what? What do you mean stop? I'm dead serious. He's literally, he stabbed him and he's out. Like, bro, what? Like, no, I'm dead, bro. I'm dead, bro. I'm not joking, bro. It doesn't make any sense at all.
And as much as I would want to be outraged about what he's saying, I feel like this is the situation for a lot of people, where it may not make sense, but then once you listen to what they say, different people talk about this case, professionals in the legal field, it does kind of make sense as to why he's out, right? But if you don't get the additional information, then I see why you would say what you say.
Y'all saying shut the fuck up. I'm dead serious.
And then a lot of us are out here just giving our opinions on what all we just don't really know. You know what I'm saying? Whether we feel like Karmelo was right in his stance, or whether we feel like Austin was wrong in his. We don't really know what exactly happened. But I will say this, regardless of how anybody feels about it, because the Metcalf family chose to go to media shortly after the incident and speak, it does allow you to comb through things that they say and see what makes sense and what does not make any sense. You know what I'm saying? So Yeah, like I mean, I definitely have more questions for them because Carmelo family not saying anything. I mean, the mother came out, she gave her statement and everything, um, but she didn't really give us a whole lot. We haven't heard anything for Carmelo, and we likely won't. We've only heard from his attorney, we've heard from his spokesperson and stuff. So I think that's how it should have went to begin with. That's what I think. I think that's how it should have went to begin with. But I understand the family feeling uh I mean, just being affected by the loss of a loved one and they wanted to speak out about it. Right. So, I mean, I do understand that, you know, but maybe it should have been the parents to talk and not so much as their child. Um, to share any details yet because they're gonna comb through things that he says as well. But y'all leave your thoughts and comments down below. Okay, I don't have much time, so let me go ahead and move on because the next thing I want to get into is Karen Huger. Karen Huger is trying to get work release, I guess, so she can get outside those four walls and at least feel like she's normal, just a little piece. But the judge turned around and said, "Hell no." You're not getting that. You want to get out? What? No, ma'am. We're not going to grant you that. You can sit down. We've been told you can sit down. Sit your ass down. But I tell you one thing though. All right. Now you might be giving us a little piece of good behavior, and because you're giving us a little piece of good behavior, we might. I don't know if we're going to do it, but we might let you out come November. Now, remember, I told you guys that may be a possibility and that I wouldn't be surprised if they did give her that. Well, I found it very funny because Ebony K. Williams went over to on Carlos's channel and she said, and I remember talking about this, and she was like, oh, well, she's going to do that full year, guys. There when a judge gives you time, the expectation is for you to do all of the time. So I don't think she's going to get out early. And I'm like, do you hear yourself? And you're an actual attorney. Okay. I'm not. But all in all, it's like whenever somebody gives you time, the goal, yes, is for you to always do all of the time. But it's often that one would get released early from said time. Okay. And after I had already said that, I think I went and I checked out attorney Simone, Girl Is That Legal, and she pretty much said the same thing I said. I said, okay, and I ain't even much no attorney, so I'm glad to know that. So when I came across the post where they said that Karen may be out soon, Simone said, somebody go check on Ebony. I said, I know that's motherfucking right, girl. Okay, because I know we weren't tripping. Love you, Ebony K girl, but I don't think you was right on that one. But either way, honey. Good luck and good luck to Miss Karen Huger. I feel like Real Housewives of Potomac is gonna go ahead and move forward without her, and she's gonna be super glad that they do. So should she return for another season, maybe this situation would be too far behind her for her to, talk about. But if you get out in November and they start filming now, I hope they are. If you get out in November of this year and then next year they're filming and you return, girl, that's still gonna be good enough time for us to dig in your teeth just a little bit. We'll see how humble Miss Karen gonna come back, but I don't think she's gonna come back humble at all. But that's just me. Good luck. Let us go ahead and move on because I want us to get into this audio clip here of Yandy and Rashida trying to talk out stuff because Rashida knows stuff about Yandy's man allegedly cheating and all of that, and Erica Banks was trying to clock Rashida about some, and then Yandy got into it. Like, girl, they just got their stuff going on. But let's just listen to it for a second.
Well, hello. What's up? When I heard Rashida say that I specifically was not her friend, I was shocked. It's been a while since Rashida and I have talked one-on-one. This is our last chance. If you can't come meet with me, woman to woman, to really tell me to my face what's good, then yeah, this friendship is most certainly over. I feel like, we needed a moment to talk without everybody there just so that I'm just clear on everything.
What you want to start getting clear on?
I don't like gray areas. I like black, I like white. I don't like a middle ground, especially with people that I feel like I care about. You and I, we was good. It wasn't until Erica Banks said what she said, then we enemies.
So, Yandy, did Rashida call you after the concert fight?
She didn't know.
We were at my album release party, and you was like, I heard somebody got clocked in the eye or hit in the eye.
Were we worried about time frames? Because I wasn't there.
But did you say that?
I don't know, did I? If you saying I said it, why you asking me?
Well,
first of all, let's just dead the whole Erica thing. Her and everything she stands for. I don't give a
But all I'm saying is, you didn't have a problem with me. You wasn't not speaking to me. You, to me, was one of the girls I kick it with.
It goes both ways.
But I clearly said you are my friend.
Yeah,
But
you
then
are my friend. Am I saying we're best friends? No, we're not.
I never said
Are
that
we
you my
saying
best
we the
friend.
closest homegirls in the world? No, we're
I
not.
never said
That's
any
where the
of those,
discrepancy
any of
is
those
at.
words.
If you go to look at our phone call logs, out of the 10, 15 years that we've probably known each other, we probably talked on the phone 10 times, period.
Yandy,
You never called me when I was going through anything with Kirk. You don't reach out to me and check on me and see if I'm okay. So I'm yet again confused on why you're so focused on being upset with me when there's bigger fish to fry out here.
Yandy, I was like, hey, maybe she should think about why we didn't have another conversation. Had you ever thought about that? Why me and you just didn't get on the phone on a one-on-one?
That's exactly why I said, bitch, why you ain't call me?
And maybe I didn't call you because I didn't want to be involved in whatever these bitches is trying to say about your.
We all know that Mendici never went to Jasmine's bar. We know that.
Really? I have to keep it above. I don't know that.
Well, that's bull because you telling me some is
She
made
lying.
up. That was just some made up from Kirk.
No, it was not. That was told to Kirk.
Told to Kirk by whom?
It's told to Kirk by whom you think.
By Jasmine?
Yandy, we not gonna sit here and say Mendici's don't be out at bars and at strip club. Now you tripping. I don't know if it's a denial thing because you know that Kirk heard that from Jasmine.
Have you met Mendici's?
I don't look familiar to you?
No.
Oh, okay. You've been to my bar a couple of times. You know, I worked at a strip club.
Okay.
All I can do is speak my truth. That's what I've been doing.
I've heard a lot of things. Females talking about they have Mendici's name tattooed on them and videos out of females with him or something. I don't know. It's really not my place to tell anybody anything about their man.
Have you seen the video and what is on the video?
I plead the fifth.
And Yandy, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm done with it. The milk is spilled, there's water under the bridge. So at the end of the day, I'm not mad about it. I got too much of a blessed, beautiful life ahead of me, but I also have a load of issues and problems in life that I got a life on. And this right here, it's not even worth arguing about at this point. Guess what? We could say, you know what? Me and Yandy, we had a little discrepancy, but at the end of the day, we got past it. Whether it takes our friendship level to a close friend level, or it may take that friendship level and leave it where it's at, or it may say, you know what? I'm cool on her, she cool on me, but we could be cordial.
Whatever it is, the weird energy to move it to this side.
It's super awkward. It's super awkward.
I don't like it. I don't like the way it feels.
We're grown as we can get over that.
Okay, I'm for it. You know, I think smiling and taking one on the chin is the most mature thing I could do at this point. I'm hoping that the rest of this trip, we can just enjoy it and be in each other's face and there's no awkwardness.
Let's get ready to go get on the boat.
Okay.
When she talks about awkwardness, first of all, this was one of the most awkwardest ass conversations that y'all can have. Yandy started off the conversation saying that she don't like being in a gray area, but I feel like Mendici's keep you in a gray area, period. And then what did Rashida say? Because I wanted to make a note, okay? She says that she don't want to tell nobody about their man or be in the middle of what somebody got going on with their man. And I'm like, I get that, but at the same time, you would want to know too. You will want to know as well. It's also giving Rashida don't give a damn. Like Rashida, when she says she got other stuff to worry about, she do. And I also feel like Rashida don't be y'all friend like that for real. Y'all be thinking Rashida y'all friend, but I really don't be thinking Rashida give a damn about y'all high key. I just don't, girl. And y'all be out here just slick, but wasting y'all time and friendship with her, just like K. Michelle was. Okay? And Rashida said she didn't give a damn or she didn't care about something. And she said, oh, wow, Rashida, really? You ain't say that when you was over there supporting me and doing this and that. Child, Rashida don't be stunned, y'all. The only person Rashida is stunned is that damn Kirk. That's it. The only one she gonna run after, the only one she gonna support. And that's that. Even when he do it wrong, that's who she rocking with, child. Either way, good luck. All right. And Yandy, you might want to have more conversations with Mendici's about him having you look a fool than you are with these other folks too. Because part of what Rashida's saying is true. Like, girl, you know what the hell going on. You know what be out here in these streets. Stop coming to me like I did something for real, for real. Talk to your man. Let's get into Scrap real quick.
So we out right now, me and Shakira, you know what I'm saying, looking for some places to stay. It's very important for Shakira to move down here with my baby. I got to be able to have access. I got to be able to touch him. I got to be able to get there when he need me.
So what are y'all looking for today?
Well, we looking for something that my baby mama can move into. She's from New York.
Well, it's the perfect place. Welcome
I don't
to Georgia.
have to, but I'm choosing to.
She definitely have to.
Just gave birth to my baby boy.
Yeah. Okay.
My
Congratulations. So since she is from New York, welcome to Georgia.
Welcome to the A.
Yeah.
Oh, she done been welcome properly now. Like,
Yeah, I'm sure she has.
Let's see some more of the house.
So we got the floor to ceiling stone with the fireplace fixture. We got the built-in wine cellar.
in that big old 6-bedroom house. Talking about the wine cellar. He showed me the office space, and I'm looking, I'm like, damn. Who finna pay for this?
Exactly.
So what you think?
Honestly, this is a lot. This is too much.
Thank you, God.
Definitely, I don't want it for me. Because it's like, I don't kind of know me, you're not together. You're my baby daddy. We be, you know. But.
No, I'm just saying, though, you gotta have somewhere to stay. You gotta do that pronto, because I need to always have access to my baby. But still gotta get a DNA test.
I feel you, but listen. Y'all did a little podcast, and I was shocked and appalled to see your mother take out a DNA test with the short Dora the Explorer wig.
First of all, my mama do not have a Dora the Explorer wig.
I've already had conversations with this woman, like, I don't got time for this. I don't give a about none of this. I don't give a about a little Scrappy, a Mama D.
You definitely give a about a little or you wouldn't have had that baby.
Exactly.
Listen, I lost my mother this year from cancer. My mother passed away.
Her mama died from cancer.
Yeah, but while I was pregnant, when I was son, and the media was trashing me, and now I have your mother trying to trash me as well by bringing.
They probably, I mean, you over here acting like you a victim, like they wasn't trashing you for a reason.
DNA test.
This is what I tell people all the time about my mom. Like, my mom do stuff from the heart, but by the time she show the action, it be all I know my mom just want to be there for you, and she just overdo that.
You know what, since I'm an adult, I'm gonna take a little bit of time because I'm an adult, and you know, like, I like to be on cool. I'll just have a conversation with your mom, and I'm gonna be respectful because, you know, I respect you as the father of my son.
But still, look, you gotta calm down.
I am. You
know what I'm saying? The disrespectfulness to Mother Dearest, you feel me?
So who's paying for my house?
Huh?
You paying for my house?
When we find one, because you got to come down here, like...
Are you gonna pay for it, baby daddy?
I always do. I make money and don't even get to keep it.
But you look out for me and I look out for you.
How you gonna look out for me, baby mama?
You know what that means.
You gonna massage my feet?
What the fuck?
Oh my God.
Whatever you want.
I'm about to pass out right now.
Oh, hell no.
Send your home.
Oh, no, ma'am. That's a little And you over here massaging his feet? Girl, let me be quiet because you was doing more than just massaging their feet down to that threesome or whatever and then got pregnant with this child. Girl, listen. I would drag her ass by her mouth every chance I get if she was over there talking shit as far as if I was Bam. You know what I'm saying? Because she just jumped in the conversation and ain't had nothing to do with her when Bam and Scrap was going at it. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, this looks a mess. You up here hand in hand with this girl trying to find a home. You gonna always pay for it, but you wasn't paying for it when it came down to Bam, when you actually was married and had kids. All of this could have been so avoided. And then now, baby mama was just up here defending you and you caught out with a whole nother chick that's a realtor. And realtor is super cute. Realtor to me is too cute. And I feel like Miss Realtor Girl is too far out his damn league. I just hope Realtor Girl don't get herself tied into Nan Scrap got going on and to be going back and forth with any of his baby mamas on social media. All right. I pray to God that she does not. But other than that, y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below. That's all that I have at this time. Of course, I'm Jami, that's me. And I'll catch you guys in the next one, honey. Bye-bye.
Tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a praxis. Cashed out at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF, got them trying to clone me like ages. Game time, I invaded gym, high elevated, I can face the rim. Putting shots up, I got laser focus, about to take it over.